Welcome back, Nick Lenz. Comic Corner, Classic / Non-Classic. This episode number 997. And Doubleshot number 891. I'm getting really, really close to episode 1000. Oh boy, I can't wait to do that, but I haven't decided what I'm going to do for that yet. I'll probably decide when I get, probably one of the, probably a couple of trades I get at Comic-Con today. Alright, today we're talking about the Birds of Prey. We're going to discuss volumes 3 and 4. Okay, first we're going to talk about Volume 3, which is Clash of Daggers, which is the end of the original Raiders run for the book. Well, this run anyways, by Dwayne Swarsky. Yeah, the guy who wrote Cable for a couple years. Yeah, this book is the end of his run. Though, not everything in here is written by him, just the issues of Birds of Prey. This book contains the Batgirl Annual and the Birds of Prey Volume 3, Issues 13 and 17. Yep. The Batgirl Annual, it's just a debut of the character Strix, where she was somebody who was part of the Court of Owls, sent to, I think this is supposed to be some prison. It's not Blackgate per se. We see Commissioner Gordon shows up a couple times in this particular thing, but that's basically it. And Catwoman's in here. Yes, I guess our parents about freaking Catwoman. And the book kind of takes place between issues 12 and 13 of Birds of Prey. And of course, well, after this, basically, Batgirl has her join a team. A little later on. As for the Clash of Dagger story, yeah, this is a story dealing with the character Katana, which at the end of this particular story, she leaves the team. She basically, they go off the group, the Daggers, which apparently were hunting her down, and her Soul Seeker sword was stolen. So, she goes after it. And she does find it, takes out the group of Daggers who basically represent her hometown, and then she decides to resign from the team because she's done. Yep, she's done. And then Batgirl brings a replacement, and it's Strix. Yep. Strix is on the team until the end of the run. This run is actually really good, and of course the story in here is really good. I'm going to give this book roughly a 9 out. Oh, yeah. This book also has the debut of the character Condor. Yes, Condor, who was with the book up until the book's end. He kind of becomes he's basically the only male member of this team. Yep. Though there's something about the character Strix. I will talk about her in the next trade. Give this book a 9.5 out of 10. If you wonder what happened to Katana after this, here's what happened to her. She joined Just Like America, got a solo title, after both these two books ended. Of course, she was also played a small role in Trinity War, for Forever Evil, and then she became briefly a recurring character page of Green Arrow of all books. Yes, Green Arrow. And then after that, let's see, off the top of my head, she got a mini-series for Suicide Squad Most Wanted. Yeah, she had the opening feature of the title, where she shared the book with Deadshot, and after that she became part of the Suicide Squad, where she was part of the book up until the book's end. Yep, that's basically what DC did with Katana. Oh yeah, after the book ended, she did rejoin the Outsiders recently. Yep, she basically the Outsiders reformed in the pages of Detective Comics, which she reunited with most of the original Outsiders, minus Metamorpho, and a few other characters who are noteworthy being found members of the Outsiders. But yeah, currently she's part of the Outsiders now, so at least she's still around. Okay? Next up is the start of a new... and also, final thoughts on this particular run. It's a very good run, but the book goes slightly downhill after this with New Raider. Now, nothing against the writer, just that what the heck was this writer thinking when she decided to do this? Yeah, the book is taken by a woman. Not the first female writer of this book. No, I think the last female writer I can think of who wrote this book was Gail Simone. Yep, Gail Simone wrote actually, she wrote the Batgirl Annual. Yep. Okay, next book we have is Volume 4, The Cruelest Cut. This contains issues 18, 24, 26 of Birds of Prey Volume 3, and Talon number 9. Christy Marks writes all the issues. Yes, Christy Marks. Those of you who are not familiar with this woman is the creator of the Gem and the Holograms. Yep, she created that particular series. And she's actually on 2 series she wrote for DC. The other series I can think of she wrote for DC, aside from this series, was Sword of Sorcery, which she wrote the Amethyst feature of that book, which is really, really good. I highly recommend checking it out. Yep. Now, with Strix part of the team, and of course, well, we have stuff dealing with the Court of Owls. This happens for the first, couple issues of this thing, where basically, this up relates to Talon book, basically, crossover in here, where the Grand Master of the Court of Owls is after Strix because she's a rogue Talon. Yeah, Strix, I think, is Latin for Talon. I think. Yeah. So Talon, basically, Calvin Rose, and after her. He gets in a fight with the birds of prey, and then, of course, well, story gets wrapped up in the pages of Talon. And then all of a sudden, they have an encounter with Mr. Freeze. Yes, they have an encounter with Mr. Freeze, the longtime Batman villain, in a quick little two-parter where he kidnaps Strix, and then they go to rescue her. Of course, they also have one point in this book where Batgirl disappears briefly for like one entire issue, comes back next issue. Yeah, that sort of ties in what happens in the pages of Batgirl, because she's basically going to stop her brother James Gordon Jr. from killing her mother. Yep. And this is before she had her bat symbol forcibly cut out of her costume. Yep. And then of course they have it where they go rescue. And of course they go rescue Strix and realize though, yep, she's working with Mr. Freeze all along. That's how long with Mr. Freeze? Now, 2 weeks. Go way back. Yeah. As for why the heck they decided to move this character, by the way, this character is bisexual. By the way, yes, Strix is bisexual, and they have her basically to Mr. Freeze. And then, like after this two-parter wrapped up, do they go after her? Nope. This storyline is immediately dropped. Like as soon as this two-parter is all done over with, it's like, wow, we introduced this good character, Strix, and then she's turned evil for no reason. And then she leaves. They mention her once because she apparently had access to their money and some of their hideouts. Which I'm kind of like, yeah, she's a member of the team, but since when she has access to the group's financials? She's not an accountant. She's basically a martial artist. Yeah. But do they go after her? Nope. They just don't bother with it. And of course they start a tease of romance between Condor and Black Canary. Yeah, this relationship goes mostly nowhere. It's not even mentioned outside this title. Yep. And of course, then they go after the character Regulus, who was basically kind of the main villain of Adam Glass's Suicide Squad run. And I think Christy Mark does a lot better job making it more interesting in here. The only reason why I think they put him in the book is because Black Canary's connection to Team 7, and because Regulus is one of her old friends. So they go after him, battle a bunch of his goons, and the whole big thing with the story is revealed that her husband, Kurt Lance, is alive. How? This book doesn't explain it. It's not explained in the next book. Of course, that's loose set up with the Black Canary ongoing series that ended a few years ago. Yeah. Like I said, the book goes slightly downhill. Now, Christy Mark does not write the Talon issue. No, that's done by James Tinieth. The artwork in here is done by Romeo McKeever, Jonathan Galpin, Vincent Cliffes, Julio Ferreira, Scott McDaniel, Graham Nolan. Yeah, I gotta love this guy. You gotta love this guy's artwork. Robinson Ruca, Sado Ferrua, Miguel Sevilla, and Oscar Albert. The cover art is done by Jonathan Galpin, Chris Simmer, who is the colorist in here, and Romo Moliner. Yep. Yeah, because the fact this book is basically the start of the book's end, because of reasons, I have no idea why. Yeah, those of you curious though, where's issue 25? 25 was the year 0 issue. That's probably going to collect in the next trade. In this book, roughly an 8.5, and man, this was a step down from the previous book. Now, when I get a chance to get my hands on the final book of this particular run, I will give my thoughts, basically, of this whole run, and, of course, where the heck these characters have been since then. But the only reason I talk about where Katana's been, because she left the book. Yeah, it seems like Susan Dwayne Schultz basically, Susie left the book. She left the book for some strange reason. I have no idea why. Yeah, and of course, they also mentioned Poison Ivy in here. Yeah, she was unceremoniously removed from the team for some reason. I have no idea why. I mean, it was fine she was part of the team, and then by issue 12, gone. And then she's replaced with Strix. Well, Strix. Sterling, I think it was a mistake, the fact they turned her bad. And here's kind of the dumb thing. She has not been seen in any other book since this issue came out a few years ago. I mean, she's been seen nowhere. She hasn't popped up in any book. I mean, the only appearance Birds have probably made outside of their own damn book was when they popped up in the first arc for Batman the Dark Knight, which a lot of that book is since living retcon. Yeah. But Sterling, nope. Mr. Freeze still shows up. Yeah, he still shows up, no problem. But as for Sterling, nope. She's not even mentioned outside this book at all. That's how dumb this betrayal was. It's like, what was the whole point of her turning against the team, and yet you don't do anything with it? You don't have the team go after her to bring her in, or at least question why she betrayed the team, or why she was working Mr. Freeze. Well, they do kind of explain it because apparently Mr. Freeze helped her way back. Basically, they've known each other for a long time. But yeah. And the whole thing with the romance between Condor and Black Canary, I do agree. This romance is forced. Like, my gosh. You cannot believe how forced. It feels as though we read this book, this romance feels very forced. That Black Canary does not want to do the relationship at all. I mean, I think that Kristen Marks probably did not want to. Either she wanted to do this particular, the whole romance, or it was her stupid editor, because DC had this stupid thing with editors had to keep constantly sticking their nose in people's books and telling them what to do and how to write the damn story, even though they're not the writers. They're supposed to prove stuff, not basically tell writers what to do. Yep. Yeah, that's probably the reason why New 52 failed so badly. There was a lot of good books, basically, published in that period of time. But that's why a lot of really bad books, basically. This is not one of the bad books, per se, but it does go slightly downhill after this. But I'll talk more about that when I get the fifth trade in. Okay? So yeah, so that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned later on today for my other videos, okay? But see you in the next video. Bye.